What's good, YouTube fight fans all over the world? It's your boy, Real Talk Boxing, back at you again. Shawn Showtime Porter, Shawn P, says that he would like to fight Manny Pacquiao. Oh, really? I wonder why. I wonder why that is, Shawn Porter. Handful of reasons why. First of all, it's a money fight. It will generate money. It could possibly be pay-per-view. Should it happen to be pay-per-view, would I pay for it? Yeah, I think I would. I'm a fan of both fighters, more so Porter. I go way back with Porter. And you can't help to go way back with Manny Pacquiao. 8-time division champion. Woo! Not too many people out there doing what he's doing. Money fight, like I said, can generate a lot of money. Shawn Porter knows Pacquiao inside and out. If you don't know, Shawn Porter used to spar Pacquiao way back in the day when Pacquiao was very much over his prime. Before people really knew who Shawn Porter was. Freddie Roach would offer Pacquiao sparring partners, whoever he was sparring that day, a handful of money to someone who could hurt Pacquiao, give him the best work, possibly knock him out during the sparring session. And Kenny Porter, the father and trainer of Shawn Porter, says that Shawn left that gym a handful of times with that extra lunch money. So obviously, Shawn would give him the business in his prime, but it was sparring. So Shawn does know Pacquiao. He's been in there with him numerous times, sparring. And also, I think it's because Shawn is at the point now in his career where he kind of wants to pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? Because if you really look at it, Shawn Porter done fought everybody, y'all. Everybody. He's a former 2-time world champion, by the way. He's fought everybody. He's had grueling fight after grueling fight. And he's probably just kind of want to take a break from all that violence in the ring. You know, it takes a toll on your body. Mentally and physically it does. So why not call out somebody who's older, who has slowed down, but still could possibly be a major problem for Porter. Now, if Porter does what he did in his last fight against Sebastian, it was a 12-round decision, a 12-round schooling he gave Sebastian. Porter was on his toes, and I like Porter on his toes. I like Porter way more so than the football player. The getting in close, bumping people with his shoulders, using his elbows, his forearms, smothering his punches, not taking a half step back to generate that space he needs to connect those body shots and those head shots. I like that Porter way better than the aggressive Porter. He looked real good. Now, he was able to work on being on his toes against a fighter like Sebastian, you know, the caliber of fighter he was, because he didn't really have a killer in front of him. So he was able to work on that. And 12 good rounds to do that, I think, was amazing. Even though Sebastian surprised me, man. The dude, he was very tough, and I never saw him hurt in the fight. You know, so kudos to him for, you know, at least staying in there 12 rounds with Shawn Porter. But if we could get a Shawn Porter that stays on his toes, that counter punches, that works after the jab, you know what I'm saying, use slick movement, ring IQ, he could possibly give Manny Pacquiao a very, very hard fight. Now, let's not sleep on Manny. Manny's 40, 41 maybe, somewhere around there. An older fighter. And his last 2 fights were against fighters that were way younger than him. One was Adrian Broner, which doesn't really count in my mind because Adrian isn't the Adrian that he used to be. Or maybe he is. You know, Adrian's probably just... I've always believed that Adrian Broner was not an elite fighter from jump. From jump. And especially after the beating he took from Maidana, his whole game has just changed. He won't pull the trigger. He's gun shy. He's flat-footed. It's like he's in there like a stagnant punching bag now. And so, you know, Manny did beat him. He's a younger guy. You know, we expected that. And then he fought Keith One-Time Thurman, who I like to call Keith Once Upon a Time Thurman, Keefy Poo, a.k.a. He beat him, and I knew he was going to beat Keefe Poo. Keefe Poo is not the same fighter that he used to be. He used to be on top of his game. He used to be the one who we thought was going to be the next big thing. You know, just like Adrian Broner thought he was the next Mayweather. I always knew he wasn't. I couldn't stand Adrian Broner in the beginning, but somewhere along the line I started liking the kid. I have high hopes for him, man. But Adrian Broner is a problem for himself. He can't stay out of trouble. But Manny Pacquiao has those two guys, young guys, under his belt. So, you know, I definitely don't sleep on him. Should he answer the call, Shawn Porter's call, on taking a fight with him? I see that fight possibly going either way. I believe it will be exciting. I believe both of them will show up and try to show out. And you're not going to get any quit in either one of these fighters, man. That's just... Those are things that these two fighters don't do. They don't quit. It's not embedded in them. You know what I'm saying? It's not in their vocabulary. But Shawn says, hey, I want to fight Pacquiao. And I think it makes sense. I really do. Now, does that go to say that Shawn's going to try to handpick every fight, you know, from now on? No, I don't. I don't think Shawn's that type of man. As soon as, you know, Errol Spence comes out and we'll see what he does against Danny Garcia, or what Danny Garcia does against him. And as soon as Crawford comes out, Crawford fights every 23 years, freaking like the freaking Jeepers Creepers. He comes out every 23 years to feed for 23 days. You don't never see him fight. I like Crawford. I ain't hating on him. But you got to stay active, Crawford. You know, as soon as these fighters start coming out of the woodwork and shining, then I believe Shawn P, my man Porter's going to be like, yeah, I want you next. Because that's just how he is. That's just how he is. Let me know what you think about this fight. Is it intriguing? Does it pique your interest? It does mine. Comment below and let me know. As always, respect all, fear none. God bless. I really appreciate you guys' support. As always, again, keep respecting all. And you better not fear none. Till next time, baby. Real talk boxing. Boo! We out.